I guess this sort of like validates like anything can happen.
So we are really grateful for the opportunity and just really excited that we're here.
I've been already through a couple of accelerators before, but this is like another level.
Just by walking into this room, you just feel the energy level, and it's electrifying.
Good morning. Welcome to Cape Town.
Such a beautiful city from basically any direction you look. There's just something really awe-inspiring about it.
It's in Africa. Yeah. 20 years from now, people are going to look at this event as an epicenter of something that really disrupted the world. And I'm really proud it's happening in Africa.
To be honest, we weren't expecting to be at the final. We were just trying to have fun in the SF Hackathon. Luckily, we got third place, and we're super thrilled that we actually got to the final.
Hong Kong Hackathon was the very first one I attended. It was basically a lot of ideas colliding to each other, and quick, fast, raw, but inspirational or passionate.
There were so many participants. In London alone, I think it was 450 or so. And I just feel so lucky that out of those people, I was one of the 20 that were able to come here.
We got a lot of positive feedback after London, like what are the pain points, who could be a potential customer.
I've been talking to a lot of bioinformatics people. So far, it turns out that we were pretty close on the mark.
If you have a hackathon, you have people who invent something pretty quickly, but it needs to be fleshed out. So now it needs mentors to come in and actually just look at it from many different angles.
We're going to start on what's most important for everyone here. We're going to talk about your business models.
Having an incubation week where they have access to business experts, people who have built companies and have actually had that experience, is a unique opportunity.
If you want to change the world, push yourself to do it and just make sure that you're surrounded by people who believe in you and you'll get there.
I think before you start any big project, you've got to sit around the table and be very honest with each other.
We started off, dusting off hackathon projects that were very much projects.
So in Sydney, we started off with the idea that we could build a smart contract in a user interface. Once we did it, we realized having the smart contract is not the end game, it's just the start.
All the hackathons have shown that there's a lot that can happen on EOS, and I think this is anyone's game to win. It's just a question of what the judges are looking for and if we can line up with it.
I never know if I'll reach the pole. It's unknown, and today it starts. It's unknown for them, but I bet you they'll reach the pole.
We brought them to a pitch workshop and we said, tell us what you're working on and give us your pitch.
So we got the feedback from the mentor saying that, hey, you guys sounds like a hackathon pitch, it's not an investment pitching. And it actually took us quite a long time to understand what does that mean.
We're basically forcing ourselves to adapt in a really collaborative environment.
By finding the value in the person that's sitting next to you, creates a dynamic working environment that makes people explode. These guys are feeding off each other's energy.
For us, it was all about validation, but the good thing is that we have a perfect environment here because CrowdOS is for developers. So we went around and we asked everybody. We gathered their opinions.
Every so often someone will come around and get feedback on their idea or whatever, so it's nice actually, yeah.
We brought them here to Incubation Week to really start to build a business. What's exciting about that is it is an evolution, designed to be a week to really work with the teams on, now that you have a prototype and you put something together, where can you take it to? How can you make this a business?
So a lot of the value that I'm focusing on is trying to identify the core of what the problem in the business model is trying to deliver. It's not focusing around the nuances of how the technology works. It's how do you solve the problem for the customer and what is the business model mechanism that you're extracting value to make that reliable over time.
Both of us are mostly technical background, so building a business and that kind of stuff is very new to us. And so we really appreciate the kind of background we're getting.
It's been a crazy couple of days here in Cape Town. We've been working super hard on our idea, really trying to refine our use case and get our demo up and running.
We're excited to see what you guys have done with your models over the past 2 days and especially from the hackathon. I think everyone's had great growth.
A lot of feedback. It's easy for you to really plan and move really fast.
I talked to a technical mentor right now about why the contract wouldn't compile, and I'm working on trying to fix that.
Few people who were quite taken aback with how much work they had to do in terms of pitch practices, working on their core code, working on front-end development, working on visual interfaces.
Yeah, heaps of challenges, but I mean that's what we're here to deal with. So we've really been trying to take on the feedback from our mentors and then really push it into our pitch and make it really good.
All the mentors who have been sharing with us, like token economics and know your customers.
Like the go-to-market strategy and how do we actually attract the right type of users? Like who are really our users?
All of this is exactly the knowledge what we are lacking of.
It's intensive, but yet really a lot of fun. There's emotions going on. There's like exhaustion going on.
And a bit of a mad scramble, but we think that we sort of got a good USP right now.
Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Dan. Any final pieces of advice to the finalists before they start to work on their last day, before they do the recordings for you on Thursday?
I'm really looking forward to seeing how far all your projects have developed. Just have fun and change the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Dan Larimer.
Good morning, EOS Hackathon. The day is here. We are video recording pitches this morning.
A lot of us here share the same ideology behind why we're in blockchain, and we see that bigger picture, not just the grand prize at the end of the road.
Here at the final, we have the best of the best. We have the best EOS developers on the planet, and we're all working together on these really impactful projects.
In an environment where they are allowed to make mistakes, where there's no opportunity cost, you can actually really let your imaginations run away with you.
Designers in some of the teams were helping to design some artwork for other projects. So even though they are competing at the end of the day, there is still a lot of friendship that is forming throughout this event.
These young people working together, networking, can be immense for the industry. These are really the great young minds that we've got together here. So it's a great opportunity.
It's not just about facts and figures, it's really about who they are, what they're trying to achieve. It's about their narrative and their story.
It really feels like the penultimate day. It feels like all these teams are really at a spot where they're at least happy with like how far they've come and what their projects look like. And so it's a different vibe than like day two when everyone was like worried about all the criticism and feedback we were getting.
I think we are all the same. I think we all started, up here and we kind of got challenged, and now we're getting on the other side, which is, yes, just in time for Friday.
It's been really fun to see the teams evolve over this week. They came in with usually a business plan and didn't really have the model built attached to it. So after the course of 5 days, they really are ready to launch their business.
It's been a case of distilling something which is extremely complex down to something which we can deliver in a 3-minute pitch, and we've learned a lot about doing that, and I think it's in a good place now.
We've got our messaging pretty clear. So hopefully the judges will feel the same way.
It feels like I'm in an incubation program that's supposed to be a year long, and it's just been crammed into a week. Today is actually a crux day before our major pitching session, so we feel really comfortable but also really excited about tomorrow.
I think we all still believe we can win it, and so we're working right until the last moment to make sure that we do everything we can to make sure we do win it.
If we get funding or money, then that's great. But just developing ourselves and our company is the big win for us.
If you can't explain it and someone doesn't understand what it does, you're unlikely to win.
Today the Black One team and the participants from the EOS Global Hackathon are here to give back to the community and volunteer. So we've taken all of the plants from our incubation week and we brought them here to replant them to make the school a little bit greener. We're also painting some rocks to decorate the garden.
Preparing succulents to be planted, and then we're actually planting plants.
It's important for us to get out during the week because we're kind of stuck in this one room. We're working really hard. We're collaborating there, but we're not collaborating outside of it. So the great thing about volunteering here is people are establishing relationships that will go far beyond this competition. It'll go far beyond Block 1 and far beyond Incubation Week, and hopefully we'll see them again next year.
Today is going to be a lot of hurrying up and waiting. You guys are going to be getting busy, and then it'll be a lot of pauses. When you do that, you can remember that you're part of a really strong community here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your demo day.
I hope to see a lot of really cool ideas around what can be done with the technology.
How are you solving just our innate problems in a really creative way?
A hackathon series like this allows enterprise to come and see what's possible, to experiment, but also know that they can scale very, very quickly because it's the EOSIO hackathon.
I think that some of these new technologies like blockchain are going to be that next level. And I think that it's going to be what helps us solve problems like financial inclusion, financial deepening as well.
Competition is fierce, it is steep. All the teams are extremely impressive.
I'm feeling a little nervous, but I'm just gonna kind of calm down, do some breathing exercises, and hopefully just do our best.
I hope for all of you, whether you end up being the winner today or not, I hope this is the beginning of your journey. And this should really become, for all of you, hopefully, some lifelong memories, but also hopefully you've learned some lessons, both from the mentors, but also from each other, around the possibilities that you have as individuals, as teams and businesses. So with that, I think we've finally come to the big moment. Please give a massive round of applause for Gene EOS.
It's really surreal.
It's surreal, that's how I gotta say. I couldn't fathom in the beginning how much we would learn just in a span of 5 days. The mentors did a great job, like they helped us a lot. And I think we've all grown a lot in the last 6 days or so. It's crazy.
Let's do a bunch of these back.